So this is the Batmobile from the 1966 to 1968 live action television show and its film adaptation. The Batmobile actually began its life as a Ford concept car called the Lincoln Futura, built over a decade earlier in 1955. Now, for anybody with really deep pockets out there, if you wanted to, say, get a hold of an original Batmobile as opposed to the replicas that are made, you'd have to have some seriously deep pockets, because it actually sold in 2013 for around about $4.6 million. I mean, that is a huge amount, but it is an incredibly iconic vehicle. So when you purchase one of these Batmobiles brand new from Scalextric, this is basically how it comes. It comes in this solid but plastic case, and it's a case you can carry on keeping it locked up in. You can use it as a display case, but it does protect it really well. So let's just take a closer look. Pull the bottom and it will just slide open, so you can have it either way if you don't intend to use it, or just as a showpiece. I must admit, this isn't something I'm going to get out all the time because it is absolutely gorgeous. So we can see the Scalextric branding and the Batmobile on there, and what I really like, as you can see there, is the classic Batman artwork there from the classic TV series. There he is, there's the fellow over there. I used to love this imagery. I'm not old enough to remember when it was actually originally aired on television, but I can tell you, when I was a small child, I used to absolutely love watching Batman on a Saturday afternoon. I thought it was incredible. It still is. It's quite camp, it's quite funny to look at it now, but I think Adam West was a great Batman. That can't be denied. And Eartha Kitt, people like that, all these other actors that appeared in the show, they really brought loads of characters to life, with the Joker, Catwoman, Batgirl, and we had the Riddler and so on. They were brilliant. So let's take a closer look. So like I say, you get this case, it comes in, it's fixed down onto the base. You can see the cars there. If we just look underneath, for anyone who hasn't purchased Scalextric vehicles on their own before, you actually get spare sliders with contacts, and this is how it's fixed down onto the base. So you don't want to be undoing it whilst not holding the car. So I'm going to unscrew it and release the vehicle from the base. There we go. Little screw, don't lose it. It's always worth keeping a hold of, because where this one would definitely, because it will be going back in the case when it's not being used. So let's lift the car off. You can see that artwork a bit better there now. Absolutely wonderful. So let's take a look. Now it's not really heavy. It's quite light. I would imagine though it has got some decent magnet inside to keep it down to the track. Now I'm just going to bring in a cloth here, because although my fingers are clean, this car has an incredibly black gloss finish to it, and it's showing every fingerprint up. So just very quickly underneath, so you can see the mechanism there and that wonderful bat signature for Batman. That's what I'm going to call it there. We've got our Hornby Hobbies 1966 Batmobile, made in China, and all the relevant parts. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Scalextric, if you undo this screw here and lift up the panel, it's very similar to having DCC on model railways. You can fit a chip and you can use the ARC system that Scalextric have for digital control. So let's have a look. There you can see how gloss finish this black is. It is absolutely wonderful. And we can see that lovely bat sign on the door there. Let's have a look at the wheels. I used to love the wheels on the Batmobile. And you can see there we've got the lovely bat crest that spins around with the wheels. I remember these wheels very well. They always looked incredibly sharp. But yes, there's the bat crest on there, on the centre cap. Same on the rear, and the rear wheels, they have got that beefiness to them. They are exactly the same size wheel on the model, but if I remember rightly, and I could be wrong, but if I remember rightly, watching a television series, the back wheels always looked much wider, well the tyres did anyway. So let's have a look to the rear. Now there we go, we can see where our back parachutes would come out. This huge flamethrower over an engine at the back there. We've got our aerial and these huge exhausts for the huge V8. I believe it was a V8, I'm pretty sure it was a V8 that was under the bonnet. I mean, just look at the detail there. Absolutely incredible. You can see that shine off the paintwork. Wonderful. I mean, the lining is incredible. It's exactly like the Batmobile. So there we are, moving around to the other side. Brilliant gloss finish, Bat emblem on the door, lovely red lining. The red and the black just look great together, and we've got the same Bat emblems there on our center cap of the wheels. Absolutely gorgeous. And then let's have a look at this front end. So we can see there, you can see our headlamps, the grills, everything absolutely gorgeous. And I can't actually remember what this was for now, but it's there. I remember it being there. I can't remember what it's for. I'm gonna have to look that up. It is absolutely incredible. It's very of the era. Your whole Jetsons and the Batman and all that sort of thing is incredibly sort of what they imagined space like to be, very futuristic of the time. Have a look up on the top here, you can see it's got all the details, exactly what was there on the original 1966 Batmobile. It has to be said, I have to keep wiping this because it shows up every single fingerprint. Let's take a look inside. So there we go, we have Adam West as Batman. Looks incredibly like him, sat there in the driving seat. I'm just curious to see which steering wheel we've got in there. I think that is, I'm looking at it and it actually looks like it could possibly be the earlier of the two steering wheels. There was a change in the steering wheel, I'm sure there was, through the series. And the dashboard, you can see all of the detail in there. Oh, and we can even see hiding here, we've got the handle there. It used to hang down from the top. Let's have a look around this side to see in. There we go, and we can see all the center console detail. Absolutely brilliant. I am loving this. This is such an iconic vehicle that it's wonderful that it's been made in Scalextric form. And we can see where Robin would have sat. Now that is the only disappointment for me. That is the only criticism I have got. Robin should have been produced and put in that passenger side. That is the only thing I can say that that is the letdown for me. But otherwise, this vehicle is absolutely gorgeous, absolutely stunning. It is, like I say, incredibly light. But what we'll do is I'll get it on the track here, and then we'll see what lights actually work on this vehicle. Well, there you can see these super bright LED lamps at the front there. They really, really do show up well. They're the only lights actually on the vehicle. There's no rear lights or anything like that. The only suggestion I could make is that possibly they could have put some LEDs in that rear afterburner at the back. That might have added to the effect of it running at speed. So there we have it. There is a really, really nice Scalextric model of the Batmobile from 1966. One of the collection I definitely won't be parting with, and I certainly won't be using too regularly because I do not want to damage this one at all. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I really do hope you've enjoyed this closer look at the 1966 Batmobile from Scalextric. If you haven't already, don't forget to click on that subscribe icon. I've put a video at the top that you might be interested in, and there's a playlist at the bottom. See ya.